Welcome back to another episode of This Old Homestead. But today, we're gonna be working on open shelving. We just took out the shelving on this. It just made everything really dark, and it really opened up the room and made it look bigger. And today we're gonna go look in our barn, see what kind of wood we have, and hopefully we can save a little bit of money by reusing some old wood in the barn. We used some painter's tape to figure out the height of where we want these shelves. The goal is to put open shelf here, 2 of them, and then continue it over here like an L, because this is a corner. So I have 2 here, 2 here. And by the way, I did seal this tile. I caulked the bottom edge, the top, all around it, and we put a good heavy duty seal on this, so that way hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to clean. We were gonna buy some fancy shelving, something that looks like our countertops, but honestly we didn't like how thick it was. It was really thick chunk of wood. When we first moved in the house, these shelves were in our mud room, currently above our windows. I put them in the barn, saved them for a rainy day. Well, we've reached the rainy day. We have 3 of these long shelves, and these are heavy duty. Look at this. This is 1 inch, 1.5 inch thick. I mean, pricing out the other stuff, the fancy stuff, you're looking at, it would have been about $600 in wood. So let's try to reuse what we have. This wood is pine wood, it's solid, it's still straight, and I have 3 of them, so I should have plenty for these shelves to all match. Now we could just cut this to length, sand it, call it a day, but the ends here, they're rounded over, they're kind of rounded over here. I'd rather it be just square, straight, clean lines, no round over. It's always been a challenge to find really good minimal shelf brackets, but sturdy. So I found these ones. It has a little lip here. These ones hold 75 pounds each, a little over a foot of shelf space. Now because we want to use these ones, we have a gap. I'm going to be cutting this off, plus we have a gap here. The first shelf will go on 3 feet. It's always a good day when you get to reuse wood that's just been sitting there. This piece has a little crack in there, so we're gonna avoid that. I'm only gonna need 3 feet of this, so we're starting on this end and going over, and then we're gonna cut this piece off. These do have some screw holes, and we could always fill this with putty. But they're shelves, so you should not be able to see that. We've been having some cooler weather this week, and those cooler days is when I like to get out in the wood shop. It makes it for a really nice day. I cannot wait to turn this barn into more of a woodworking shop for myself, so that way I can move all my tools out of our basement. So see that gap? This is the back. This is the back of the shelf. We need to fill that gap, otherwise you're gonna have a gap. Here's the wall. And you got 2 options. One, you could cut this, which I was gonna do that, cut this to fit the length of the shelf, or what we're gonna do is add on to the shelf. It's only 1.5 inches, and luckily we have more of the shelf to cut. If we didn't have more shelf, extra shelf, I would have just ripped a 2x4. Little bit of sticky stuff. We're gonna just make it wider, so it would fit that bracket. So now we have the tedious task of putting up these brackets. So 9 times out of 10, I would say 99% of the time, wherever you want to put a shelf, there is not going to be a stud. And a stud meaning a 2x4 that goes vertical, that makes up the walls. Ideally, you would want to drill into those studs so that way it'll make the shelf sturdier. But we have a stud finder, and just to look, I already marked there's a stud there and there's a stud there. So we might be lucky, might get lucky. That's about eye level for the first shelf. Now to make it a little bit more wipeable, especially the top where we're gonna be putting dishes on and cups, I'm gonna use, I just have this, it's a shellac. I'm just gonna be putting a coat on there or just something to help us wipe it off better if need be. Also, you know, it's open shelving, so, you know, there's gonna be a little bit of dust. I believe there is a stud right there. Put the level up. You gotta make sure it's straight. I'm gonna test it out by, let's see if we can drill a hole in it.
There's no board. The little board, the little gray one. Or just sit in the chair and get some sun.
So for the shelves, it's gonna be like an L shape, right? So we're gonna try to do something here with a dowel jig. This is kind of the shape we want. This is the shape we want. Just drawing a straight line where we want it. This is a jig, 3/8 dowel. You could easily make something like this. But I'm just holding it up against the wood, and then my drill bit here has a stop because I don't want it to go all the way in. Ideally, you want this hole in the middle of the wood, but for time's sake, this should be okay. Then you get your 3/8 dowels. Use your hammer. So the holes should match up. Now we have an L shaped and it's flush. Now that we have the shelf, we're going to use that to help us install these next 2 brackets, because it's going to be a little tricky with this corner. So,
Do you want to scoot it closer to the... See if you're able to move it over just a tad. I'm gonna start putting my dishes on it today.
it's almost done.
Oh, this is getting so exciting.
Okay, so we're debating if we even like it, and we feel like we don't like it, but I don't know.
I don't know yet. We don't have enough stuff. Maybe we just need to put our stuff up on the shelves to kind of take away from, like, our focus right now is, wow, this looks big and clunky.
This black part is just too overpowering.
Yeah, why? And this, I feel like, and this part.
That part?
Well, it has to be this wide, but I feel like the big black chunkiness of this is really changing the style or the look of this room. But I was like, well, let's put our stuff up here.
Well, I think we like the black because we thought, well,
Right.
It matches this.
Yeah.
Plus our fridge, you know, like there's some black in there. But we just think it's maybe too overpowering. I don't know. Maybe if this lip wasn't here and we could just cut this off.
Yeah.
Or maybe if they were white.
Once we have our shelves full of dishes, we're not really going to be looking at this or focusing on this. It's just going to look like a full kitchen. So maybe that's the problem, is we just don't have enough dishes up here yet.
I hope that's the problem.
I mean, this is clearly not what we're going to put and where we're going to put it, or what could be happening is we had become so used to the bare walls and the minimalist look that when we finally put those up, we're like, that looks clunky.
I mean, I like the bare walls.
I like the bare walls, but I need shelves.
I know. Yeah, maybe we're just not used to it.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling once it's up there, it's up there. Call a friend, text your friends.
I'm gonna text my friends. It looks weird because it's not done.
All right, so there's the shelf bracket, that lip. I think we've decided that we don't like that lip. So I cut it off. All right, let's see how this looks. We're gonna put it in like this. You like it without the lip, Lorraine?
Yes, so much better. That's exactly how we want it to look. I think that the lip was just creating it to be too bulky, creating a whole different look that we weren't going for.
Sometimes you just cannot be afraid of just doing what you gotta do. If you can't find something, you just gotta make it. You gotta make it custom. And then we're leaving some exposed metal, so we're just gonna hit it with some satin black. Doesn't have to go crazy with it, but just enough. Okay, what do you think?
I love them. We weren't really sure if we liked them when they had the lip on them. It just looked bulky and it really wasn't our style. Now without the lip, they look so much better. You wouldn't think that that's something that would make a big difference, but it did. And I'm so happy with them. They look so good, very clean, very neat. I'm excited to have these shelves up because I have so many dishes that I got. This is not, I mean, I just threw this stuff up here last night just to kind of see if we liked the shelves, and we do. But, so I still have more dishes that I got to put up, and I'm excited to get more shelves up.
Yeah, we're still gonna put a couple little shelves up here.
Yeah.
But I need more brackets.
Oh, okay. But these look good. These look good. It's starting to feel like a kitchen. It's starting to feel like a home and a functional kitchen, and I can just reach for things. The spacing is good. Everything is turning out really nice.
But we are getting that much closer to finishing this whole kitchen. Next up is we need to do some recess lighting, and we need to put doors on the cabinets. I still need to do the island. Almost done. Thank you guys for being here on this episode of This Old Homestead.
Come on, everybody.
Oh, turkeys are out. What are they all doing out? How do they get out?
This was down. They walked right over it. It was like this.
Hmm?
Come on, everybody. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't think they get it to go underneath it.
They don't know their own strength.
Come on, go that way. Come on. There you go.
Come on. I don't have it energized. I don't have an extra energizer, so.
Should you count them? Make sure they're all there.
Yep, we have 18. They're all there.
Come on! I don't like hopping over this fence in shorts.
They're gonna kiss your legs. They're gonna kiss your legs.
Come on! Come on!
That reminds me, we are selling Thanksgiving turkeys this year, guys. So if you're looking for organic pasture-raised Thanksgiving turkey, well, here you go. They're on our website. Check our farm shop on our website where we have these for sale. And you get to pick them up at our farm. Well, not right now, but when the time comes. Yeah, I love finding random food growing in the pasture. We have, what is this? It's like a squash, some kind of zucchini. It's flowering, and then there's some producing. The pigs grew us that. The pigs, that's a pig's farm right there. Look at that, 7 foot tall. 7 foot tall sorghum. It's getting up there. Let's keep it going. That's gonna be future pig feed, maybe molasses, who knows?